Welcome to East Clare, in particular the Fecal area. Some of you might have heard of Billy Early. Well, that's her house down there. And I live up here around the corner in this house where Ger Loughnane used to live at some point in the past and is still owned by the same family. Sure, I'm only renting. And as we go down the road here on the first leg of the journey, which is approximately just over a mile, we have an interesting spot just here.
Birthplace of Johnny Patterson, a singer-songwriter entertainer. There's a great plaque there to commemorate him, and one in Fecal Village.
Johnny was a clown, a bard, a singer, an actor, a playwright, and after writing a few songs about peace between Protestants and Catholics, he was eventually beaten to death by Fenians and died in Tralee. And of course, just here, outside the original birthplace of Johnny Patterson, you have a great big loch. Well, big enough.
A popular fishing spot for some, but a nice place to come and experience a body of water. I'd often be down here now contemplating a nice little wooden bridge straight over, and you can probably see, let's see now, let me orientate this now. I'd say directly ahead in the middle would be Biddy Early's over there.
Leaving the loch behind, we end up walking down the road, past a couple of houses, and then right down to the cross here, where the turn goes right and we go up the road.
And here is a bridge over a small stream. It's a beautiful location now. I think that might be a walkway down there to the forest, which is just beyond there. Nice clump of trees here, and then a trackway up this way, which is part of my loop walk. Let's go.
Then as we move along, it gets very lonely, hardly any houses, until we reach an area just up here where some friends of mine live. But I was nearly sure they were out at work today. It's just in there amongst the trees. However, by the time I reached the top of the road here, which was the highest point of my walk, I met one of them just coming out on the way to the seaside with the dogs. And off we go again, moving down this road, which does actually lead directly into Fecal and the National School. And we come to a couple of farmyards, farm buildings, lots going on there. But here is a little point of interest.
Oh lads, look, another little ruin. Looks tiny. And up this way, I'm continuing the journey. Not far to go now.
So, moving along, come down to this cross here, taking a right turn and following down this tiny little boreen all the way to a beautiful little bridge just here.
And it looks like we've come across the same river as before, although somewhat wider and more babbling. Beautiful spot here now. This boreen is actually, doesn't look like it gets used much, maybe by the odd tractor. Kind of goes wild and will eventually turn back into some kind of semblance of a road.
After that, we're on the home stretch, and indeed the road does actually reappear around about this area. It seems to actually go into this driveway, into this house here. And as we move down past some neighbours, who I don't see a great deal of, but I know who they are. They're good people. We eventually come down to this big cross here.
And here we are at the cross, coming back onto the main Fecal road. Vehicles that way. I've never been up there. I thought it was just someone's driveway. And down that way, the way back to my house, and Biddy Early's.
So then we come back down to here. Let's see if we can find a street view. Get closer. You can nearly see the house now from the satellite. There, kind of orientated slightly off northeast kind of thing, which means the south is down there and the sunroom here, the studio, is north facing largely, which isn't the best, but it's grand. So, thanks for coming with me on a short walk around Derrynaneen, or as it's shown here, Leitrim Beg.
And there is the castle. Well, actually, it's a cottage. Studio on the end. Caravan.